Hey, good evening, folks. Welcome to the Let's Go Fishing Show. And as you can see, I've got my favorite guest here, old Mike, with me. And Mike, we don't have any film.
No, been working too much since you dried up.
I tell you what, that's folks. When you work with dirt outside, when it's dry, you got to make hay while the sun shines.
That's right.
And when it's wet, you're on the lake.
You're on the lake too.
And we've been working.
Been working too.
Yeah. And don't get me wrong, we're tickled to death to be doing to have it, and you never complain about work for any. That's for sure. But I haven't been 3 weeks or since I took Wesley and colt fishing, and I didn't fish that day.
Yeah.
So about 3 weeks, Mike.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And I tell you what, I know how a cigarette smoker feels.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. I'm having
That's
withdrawals.
sure.
Yeah. But the Lord's took care of us because the boat's sitting outside waiting on Mike to take over, and Wesley and I are hitting the road. We're headed to north and see if the walleyes bite.
Yeah. Well, first thing you better do, you better say hello to Dad.
Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to say hello to Dad and to Polly and Bill. Bill's been out on Dale Hollow, him and Paul Harrison, for a few days, and didn't have a real good trip. Mike talked to Paul just a little bit ago, and they caught a couple of fish, three, I think, 2 or 3, 4 or 5 walleye all told maybe, and they caught 2 or 3 largemouth. And but they and last year, heck, they was catching double digits every night.
Yeah, well,
you know,
this warm weather's come on pretty quick. And it ain't warmed up out deep enough to get them all coming in there yet.
I think that's right. Now, I'm hearing that the water on Norris is in the 60s, and the lake's coming up quick, and the shad are breaking on the bank. So that's a whole lot of, and there's some boys catching walleye up there this past week, and the week before that. So, well, like I said, when we get done here tonight, Wesley and I are going up here and try them for a little while. I'm hoping they bite so good that I'll have to stay up till daylight.
Yeah, it'd be good. It'd be good.
Yeah, and but do want to say that hello to Dad and Polly and Bill there. And listen, folks, I've got a special announcement. A few weeks ago, I told about the Darwin Davis, T.C. Davis meeting in Oliver Springs. They're going to honor him by naming the ball field after him. And so, Dylan, can you show me that sign there? The one with the Darwin T.C. Davis Sports Complex there at Arrowhead Park, there in Oliver Springs. Just like to show y'all what they put up in his honor. And okay, you still don't have the picture. All right, we'll save that for another time. But anyway, moving right along, right quick. That that was done, and like I said, it couldn't have happened to a better person. He done a lot of work down there when they first started the baseball team there at Oliver Springs. Now, here comes to this. This is something that I've been doing or working on and hadn't got to work on it much ever since January. Coach Ronnie Brown. We're trying to get up a meeting. We are going to have a meeting April the 28th at 6 o'clock. And this meeting is going to be to plan a thank you, a celebrity roast, whatever you want to call it, to Coach Ronnie Brown. And so if you participate, or if you were a player, and he coached girls basketball for a few years, I think, Mike, there at Oliver Springs.
Yeah.
And then he got to be the football coach, and more than that, he's a good friend of ours.
Oh yeah, no doubt about that.
And so this has been on my mind for quite a while, and I got 6 or 8 people set up to be at this meeting, and it's going to be April the 28th at 6 o'clock at the Activities Building at Kellytown Baptist Church. And I'd like for more people than that to attend. If you're listening to me and you've played football or had an association with Coach Brown and you'd like to help us plan this gathering, I wish you'd show up on the 28th.
If you know any of the players.
If you know anybody
that
played.
Went there, yeah.
Yeah.
Tell them about it, yeah.
Yes, sir. Pass the word along. We'd like to have a big crowd, and you know, if you've had any association with Coach Brown and his coaching career and you want to attend this thing, just give me a call. I'd love to have you at the planning meeting, and then whenever we set the date and the location, then I'll be announcing that on farther down the line. And I'm hoping we get this thing done by no later than the end of May, because it's going to be hot then. And if we decide to have it outside. So, you know, we're under the gun to get this thing set up, and I need all the help on it I can get. And you people that know how to plan things would be really appreciated.
Yes, sir.
If we could have you there with us. Remember, that's 6 o'clock on the 28th, and I think I'll have one more show before then, just to make sure. Yeah, sure do. So we'll mention this again next week, remind you. But if you need to call me, my cell number should be all over the screen. If it's 310-1854. So you can call me after the show tonight or this week or next week or whatever. And but I sure would like to have some help on get this thing rolling. All righty. I can't say no more than that because I promised. I promised Joey that to keep Ronnie out for about 10 minutes when we made that announcement. So I hope he's not back inside by now. But anyway, we're trying to keep it kind of low key till we break the news to him at where it's at. So anyway, we sure do think a lot of him. Now let's get back to fishing. We've got some pictures of some crappie. We've got some crappie film that we haven't got to show because of having the boys from Cofield Bass Club out here, our fishing team out here last week on the show. So we're going to show some crappie fishing. And then we'll just have to come up with something else after that, Mike. And you may have to, because I may be on the road.
Yeah.
I'll call in.
yeah, I tell you.
Yeah, I'll call in and let you know how close we are to the boat ramp. Mike's got to work tomorrow, and I'm off tomorrow, and so got to take advantage of it while we can, and that kind of thing. And folks, you know, it's Easter weekend.
Yeah, tomorrow's a special day.
Tomorrow's a special day. Got the Easter egg hunts planned here and there and everywhere, and then naturally Sunday, sunrise service, church services, and that kind of thing. So got a lot going on this weekend.
Sure do.
And so we're looking forward to all of that. But right now I'm looking forward to that first cast or two I make, Mike. I hope the moon's up the time we get there.
Be getting close.
Yeah. But anyway, you know, like I said, I've been hearing reports of some guys catching some walleye up there, and one bait that this feller's catching them on is a Rico, and they're supposed to Edgemore Outdoors has got them.
Yeah.
So I'll let you know next week if it works.
Yeah, well, you know, I've been getting some reports on people catching bass down on Watch Bar, and everybody's telling me they're in there so dang shallow their backs is out of the water.
Well,
Going to get in the bank, catching, you know, lizards, spinner baits, and
yeah.
all kinds of stuff they're throwing. So.
It doesn't surprise me. I will tell you this: they've got a high school bass club coming out of Rockwood Saturday. It's what they call a money tournament. It's just non-sanctioned, but they just you know, if you're high school affiliated and you're the members on the bass club in the high school, you're allowed to fish it, and it's $40 a boat. And I plan on safe light. Now I did hear that they were 2 more tournaments coming out of there Saturday, and they've already got 60 or 70 boats signed up for the high schools. Already.
It'll be crowded.
It'll be crowded. Yes, sir. Sure will, Mike. So if you're, you know, listening and you're eligible to fish that, you know, high school guys, you can. They're having that tournament there Saturday at Rockwood. So you got to be registered by 6 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. That's another thing. You got to be registered by 6 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. And I left.
Call in number or something?
I left the number to call on the refrigerator at the house. I forgot to put it in my phone, and dadgummit. Anyway, if you need that number, I'll while we're showing some film, I'll call and get it, and you can give me a buzz after the show's over or whatever, and I'll give it to you. So that's what we'll plan on doing.
Can they go online to find it?
I'm probably can. I don't know for sure, but I'll find that out too when I get the number. But anyway, we'll get that going. Dylan, are you ready to take us to film? All right, man. Let's let her rip.
Okay, folks, I'm down here in Blue Springs again. It's Wednesday. Beautiful day. Already warming up. The water's 61 degrees on the surface anyway. These warm days bringing it on. We'll see if them crappies move that much. Had a lot of reports out of people catching some walking the banks. Some of them catching them in shallow. See what's going on with them. So hang with us and remember the sponsors. And let's go fishing. All right, folks. There's my second crappie. 41 foot. What can you say? We'll stay after them, see if we can find something a little better. All right. Let's see. Yeah, there's another one. Might have found a little something there. They ain't the great big ones. They dandies. See what we can do. Hopefully we can catch a few more out there. All right. I think I got another one here. Oh yeah. Another nice one. From right there, that's a good little old spot. All right. Can't beat that, it'll be some good eating. I'll have to clean them up for Bill and Polly there. Polly's been wanting a good mess of crappie anyway. Just stay after them. See what's going on here. That's structure down there. Somewhere around 40 to 45 foot, so we'll just beat around on it and see if we can get a few more. Yeah, buddy. Striper. Alright, I finally found another crappie in here. About 28 foot, so maybe they'll start biting here. We'll figure out something anyway. Got another nice one here. Oh yeah. Another nice keeper. All right. Okay. Keep on, I'm on. Get Polly a good mess of crappie. Okay, folks, there's another keeper. Oh, makes 8. Okay, folks, that makes 10. That'll be a plenty. We want to get their bass stuff out here and throw a little bit for these largemouth see what's going on.
All right. Boy, Mike, that was short and sweet.
Yeah.
I didn't have time to cross my T's or dot no I's. I mean, you didn't do much catching, did you?
No, not a whole lot.
That's what I thought. What I thought. Got some pictures, you say? All right. Show us some pictures there, Dylan. Well, they'll be up here shortly.
Yep.
Yeah, there's some pictures of some catches Tony Gallagher's made here in the last couple of weeks. The last two that he sent me, he done really well. I think there's like 23 keepers there on one picture and 17 or so on the next picture. He's, maybe Tony will call in here in a little bit and let us know what's happened this past weekend. I don't think he fished the weekend it was so cold and windy.
They not out.
Yeah, right there's, I count how many there, 12?
12, 13, yeah.
Yeah. And then the next picture is the 20-some. There you go. Yeah. Yeah, that was the last picture I got from him right there. And it's Friday or Saturday, and then let's see. Oh, that's Wesley and Colt holding up their fish right there. Yeah, boy, I wish that was zoomed in. I don't know what the deal is with that, Wes. We cheated on the zoom. But anyway, maybe Dylan can load that up for us there, hopefully. You guys were kind of shy about the fish as you were over here the other night on the show.
Yeah, they was real shy the other night there.
Yeah, they was. They sure was.
Couldn't hush before the show and then couldn't hush after the show.
Yeah, during the show, you just
lockjaw.
But anyway, Wesley's here with us. He's sitting over here in the background. I'm proud to see you guys handling them fish gentle and getting them back in the water.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it's all about right there. We got to take care of our fish. Don't treat them rough and handle them easy, and keep them in the water as best you can. Because we want to see them swim off. If they're not swimming off, then we're not taking care of them right.
I'll tell you something that shocked me. I was watching on the news there when I stopped in down Dad's, and they had the news on, and they was showing TWRA with that truck loaded, throwing them trout in up there, and they must have been 30 foot up there on that truck going over that bank, and then throwing them trout out there and looked like they was going down. I figured they was killing them, but they was flat throwing them in the water. I said, man,
well,
if you live through that shock, they'll be all right.
Huh.
Yeah, you take that dip net and get in that truck and throw it in there. Talking about the trout up on the Clinks River. Throwing them in up there, blowing North Dam. I mean.
Well, heck, Mike, I don't know what the deal is with that. It sounds like it's awful rough to me.
Yeah, it did to me too. Looked awful rough.
Maybe
a little bit we done throwing them in from the boat.
Yeah, maybe one of these trout fishermen will call in and let us know. Their bone structure may not be developed really well at that age. I don't know, but that don't make no sense to me if they're throwing them in.
It was good sized trout.
Yeah.
They dipping out there. They throw them over in there and put them in the river up there.
Well, I can't figure that out. But anyway, we'll moving right along. Then Mike, tell us about the crappie. You only caught what that day? You had a pretty day.
9.
You caught 9?
9, yeah.
And I heard you say several times about the death.
Yeah.
And
I moved off the crappie. It was out there deep. And went back down the river and trying some that I'd been catching earlier in shallower. And I ended up catching some in there, 30, 31 foot, and then some suspended up there above some brush there, probably 20 foot deep. But then when I was catching out deep, they was 41, 42 foot or so out there.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, they ain't all moved in shallow.
Right, I agree.
It just takes a while for them to do it, and some of them, it may be another month before they come in to spawn or something from out there.
I agree, without a doubt.
It seems like the ones you clean, they all got eggs in them.
Yeah.
You know, I keep thinking, well, there ought to be some males in here somewhere or something, you know.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Seems like all of them got eggs in them. So
Okay.
they wasn't ready, you know, wasn't developed that much, but they all had egg sacs in them.
Yeah. You know, I mean, this water. One of a good report I had on Watts Bar, and let me tell you about this number. That's Dan Runyon, and his number is 865-771-0553, and you can call him and get signed up. You know, you high school basketball club boys, if you want to fish that tournament, you got to call in before 6 o'clock. And I'm sure that if you need to make another phone call, Dan will tell you. But that's my point of contact right there. Wesley and Colt and Clint are thinking about fishing this thing Saturday, and so you know, they're going to make their decision tomorrow. I think Clint and Colt's going down and practice a little bit, and then Wesley's going to. They'll make their decision there tomorrow, and whether they're going to fish it or not. But anyway, we'll see how that works out. But like I said, they've already got 60 or 70 boats signed up for it, so it's going to be a big crowd. But then Wesley, the spring tournament that, like the other two we've had, will be May the 13th.
Mm-hmm.
It was scheduled on May the 20th, and they changed it to the weekend before due to the St. Jude's tournament on the 20th, and which was great because you and I are fishing the St. Jude's, and we, you know, was going to have to get Wesley and Cole an alternate if they hadn't have changed it, and you know, they didn't want to be in that 100 and some boat crowd there anyway, and so it was best for them to reschedule them, which they did, and it's turned out perfect. You know, that's a good deal. So that'll be even great for us. Let's see what else we got on fishing reports. Where you at, Tony? We need you to call in here and give us an update on what's going on here.
Yeah.
I will tell you this. Let's see, was it last week or week before last? When it's kind of cold, Alan and David Parsons won that tournament, the East Tennessee Team Trail tournament on Fort Loudon. I think it was about 27 pounds.
Yeah, doing good.
You know, them two fellers is good fishermen, and they sacked them. That was a good catch, and congratulations to them. As I think a $5,000 payback, and if you fishing out of I don't know what kind of Ranger or Triton or something. Anyway, you get bonus points and that kind of thing. But anyway, congratulations to them two guys. That's a good catch, especially with the temperature and stuff as it was our week before last, cooling off like it did, Mike.
Yeah, it's funny how that water is yo-yoing just like the temperature. You know, one go down there and it's 67, 66, you know, right in that area there. Then the next time you go down there and it's back down to 59, and the next time you come back and it's bumping 70, and you know, you're getting a sunburn.
Yeah.
So, you know, it gets drastic one way or the other. When you get up in the morning and it's frosted, and then it's 80 degrees before the day's over with.
Yeah,
it's something else. But that's springtime for us. But, you know, That's what makes fishing the best, I guess.
That's right. That's exactly right, Mike. I mean, it's and another thing. What's happening right now? The water's fluctuating quite a bit. Let's see. Was it yesterday? Milton Hill was down about 2 feet, and it's back almost full today.
That wash bar's almost full too.
Yeah, Wesley, I want you to take my camera and them cords in there to Dylan and get him set up, get him ready. Hello, caller.
Hey, Steve.
Hey, Ed, how are you, man?
Good. How's it going, y'all?
Buddy, hey, it's going great now that I'm going fishing.
All right. Well, listen, I want y'all to get all the info you can on what's going on Chickamauga. They're catching them 55-pound bags, and anybody catching no great old big ones. I'm thinking about going down there in a week or so, and throwing the bed or about 2 or whatever.
They're thinking about it, that's for sure.
Well, I hadn't heard or seen any of that. I did hear of a 35-pound bag a few weeks ago, but it doesn't surprise me, Ed. I mean, you take 5 fish, 9 9-pounders, and that's 45 pounds right there. So, it's just unreal. I mean, that Florida.
You remember last year somebody was talking about the guy weighed in 55 pounds down there?
Yeah, I remember that, and it's just that's what we hope will happen here on Watts Bar in about 5 years, man. With all them fingerlings they turned loose in there.
Good. I was talking to Paul Shaw up there on Norris one day about a week ago, and we was talking about we think that them Florida strain might go on the bed earlier than they do everywhere else.
Well, it's I don't know that, Ed. I do know 2 Februaries ago, I was on Dale Hollow with Bill and Paul, and David Duvall came up there, and he was talking to his buddy on the phone he was on Chickamauga, and he was catching them 8 and 9-pounders in 3 foot of water on a rattle trap. Yeah. And February, it was 28 degrees that morning on Dale Hollow the next morning after that phone call. So, hey, if they're doing, if them Florida strain is doing that kind of stuff, I don't know what the water temperature was on Chickamauga that day. I know it was in the mid-40s on Dale Hollow in February, and it couldn't have been much warmer than that down there. So they're surviving. That's the main thing. And if they're that shallow, in February, who knows? They may be out on the bank flopping around next week.
But you're talking about the one waiting on them down on Watts Bar. It took about 20 years for them to grab a hold down there in Chickamauga, didn't it?
That's true, Ed. That's exactly right. A group of fellows went and bought. Charlie O'Dell told me the story, and they bought them and turned them loose down there. And like right now, when they started showing up 3 or 4 years ago. So I hope it don't take us 20 years to see that on Watts Bar.
Oh yeah. Y'all have good luck up there tonight.
Okay, have you been up to Norris lately, Ed?
No, I ain't been about a week. I'm too busy like y'all. I got stuff going on around the house out here. We got to have the septic tank dug up Monday, and I guess, I just got to up.
Right, I understand. I hear you. I had to put a heat pump in over the weekend, too.
Mowing grass and everything.
Mowing grass, and I mean, just everywhere you look, there's something needs to be done. My wife's wanting the flower beds dug up, and I may have to put that off till next year.
Well, all right, then, y'all be good.
All right, Ed. Thanks for calling in. Appreciate it. But I'll see what I can find out about the bass on Chickamauga, man.
All right. Okay, thanks.
All right, bud. See you.
All I can say about them Florida strains.
Hello, caller. Hello. I didn't get it. Hey, there you go. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hey, buddy. How we doing?
Well, I'll tell you about Norris.
Oh, Lord.
I'd been up there at night time. Went up there Monday, and we caught 4 bass The biggest one was a largemouth, just maybe 2 pounds. We threw our arm off. They just have not moved up yet.
Huh.
Now, the water temperature Monday was in the low 50s, from
Shucks.
50 to 53 degrees. And a week ago or so, 2 weeks ago, it was up around 60.
Yeah. I was afraid of that. Well, the guys that I've talked to this week says that them alewives on the bank spawning.
Well,
I don't know. Have you seen any sign of that?
well, I was back in Mill Creek, and those smallmouth, big smallmouth, were breaking the water, just tearing it up, and they wouldn't hit nothing. Couldn't hit nothing.
Well,
And I went a week ago. Before that, I went to Douglas and never got a bite all day long.
gee whiz.
The water's coming up awful fast, but it's still way down.
Yeah.
Visibility in the water is only about a foot. It's really colored bad. And not necessarily made. It's
But
funny looking.
turnover, Dave, you think?
Well, I always thought it turned over in the fall. I don't know. But, well, you know, they took it down almost to the riverbed.
Yeah.
Because they was putting in that bridge up there at Dandridge.
Right.
And now they're trying to bring it back up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well,
Red, milky looking water?
No, it was just,
Muddy, huh?
had a lot of color to it.
Yeah.
And it wasn't a muddy color.
Yeah.
It was a different color, and visibility just about a foot's all you could see. And we threw everything at them, deep and shallow, and back in the coves and on the channel and everything. I never got a strike all day.
shucks. Boy, you know that lake is loaded with fish. They had to be there. You'd think you'd snag one if nothing else.
Well, we talked to a lot of people, and most of them were crappie fishing, and they had to say, well, I got 2,
Mhm.
I got 3, I got 5 crappie. But I never talked to anybody that had any bad.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
But they got to come on.
Oh, yeah. I agree with you. You're right.
I keep thinking we're going to come on ours, and every time I go, it whips me.
Well, I'm going to tell you that you ain't the only one. I've talked to several this past week, this week and the end of the latter part of last week, and they ain't doing much up there. But I think, Dave, it's just that water clarity. I really do. It's just
Well, I believe they'll move in, and when they move in, they'll do it all at once, and it'll bust wide open.
it done that last year as far as I was concerned. We was up there in May at night, and they just, heck, was catching them. I mean, in the double digits every trip, and so I'm like you. It's just, right now they're just in and out, and if you can get them when they're in, you can catch them, and other times they're out, and you ain't gonna catch them.
Well, the water's up about 10, 15. It's only 5 feet from
Full.
pool.
Yeah, I hear you.
All right.
So it's come up pretty quick then too, right?
Yeah, it's coming up a half a foot a day, and then some days it'll come up a foot and a half.
Mm-hmm.
Now that's according to the newspaper, anyway.
Right, I got you. Well, man, I appreciate you calling in. Don't give up. Stay at them. And
Stay at them along with you.
I hear you. I'm gonna, if we do some good, you'll hear me hollering. I guarantee you.
And I hope you get them walleye.
All right, man. Appreciate it.
See you.
See you, buddy. Okay, that's good. That's good. All them guys I've talked to up there said that they, it just hit or miss. I think they had a little tournament up there, and heck, they wasn't but like 5 or 6 of them had fish out of 20 boats, and I think some guy won it with 2 fish. So that's pretty tough, Mike. 20 boats and 2 fish win it, and then only 6 have a fish to at all. That's tough. And you take them clear blue skies, man. Them suckers hide. They get down under them rocks, and when you catch one, he'll be back as he'll be real black looking color, you know, where he's been down there hiding and this kind of thing. And then, you know, I guess they just get out there in the middle or out deep and you can't get them.
Yes, sure do.
But and that water clear like it is, like he said, they were breaking everywhere, but they wouldn't hit anything. It takes a lot to fool one when it's like that, Mike.
It sure does.
You can't hardly trick them, and that kind of thing. I don't know. We're gonna wait and see what comes up. Did you get Dylan the camera, Wes, and the cords?
Yeah.
Okay, Dylan. When it comes time here in the next 2 or 3 minutes, I want to start from the, scroll back, and I think it'll be Tim's tires will be the first thing, and let it play all the way out.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and that way to give me a chance to catch up on some notes here and that kind of thing.
You know, Ed was talking about that Florida strain bass, and them bass is oriented to shallow water about all the time.
Yeah,
yeah. There's a lot of them lakes down there that I fished at, 6, 7 foot was as deep as it got.
Mm-hmm.
So them fish, they just don't go out there deep. And, whether it's hot or cold, you get down there on Kissimmee, you're lucky if you can find 15, 20 foot of water,
Mm-hmm.
Holes, they call it, that they might get in the summer when it gets real hot. They talk about that, but we was down there on Arbuckle, and the deepest place we found was where it drained out of that canal, and that was 7 foot deep.
Yeah.
I mean, you look up through there for 2 or 3 miles and nothing but lily pads.
Yeah.
So them fish ain't got nowhere to go deep. And I think they're just oriented to that type of stuff, and they may not go deep down there on Watchbar or Chickamauga.
Yeah. Well, if you was raised in a mud hole, Mike, you'd be scared of deep water too.
I've heard some of them pros talk about it, that they's shallow fish and they's deep fish.
Yeah,
and,
I agree.
all the time. And
Yes, sir.
Some of them up in them rivers and stuff, they stay shallow all the time, and
Yeah.
there ain't nowhere they can get deep.
I agree with you.
You can't catch crappie 45 foot deep up to Tennessee because it ain't that deep up there. 30 foot's about as good as you're gonna get.
Yeah, unless you find one of them deep holes like we've talked before.
Yeah.
There's shoals and deep holes before they back the river up. So yeah, but you're right. There's no question about it. I always thought, I do know now that the fish in the river are long and slender.
Yes, sir.
And the ones down in the lake are short and stocky.
Fighting that current.
Fighting that current, buddy. That's a fact. And they'll try to find a place out of it every time they can. So that's kind of what the deal is. All right, Dylan, let's take a little break here, and I'll get me something to drink, and we'll come right back in a couple of minutes. All right.
Drownings are a leading cause of death for young children. Simple safety steps are the best way to prevent these tragedies. Make sure kids learn how to swim. Always watch them in and around water. Properly fence all pools and stay away from drains. Consider the steps you take, then add a few more. Because you never know which pool safety step will save a life until it does. Simple steps save lives. To learn some new ones, visit poolsafely.gov.
Country Fresh Foods. You may not know the name, but you definitely know the taste. Our homemade fudge is shipped all over the country. Its quality is unmatched, and it's made right here in Oliver Springs. But you don't have to travel all over to enjoy it. You can get it right here at our retail store, Pamela Ann's Fudge, Candy, and Gifts. The highest quality fudge in a countless variety of flavors. And we also carry a variety of candy and unique gifts for you to enjoy. Come enjoy the taste you have loved for years at Pamela Ann's Fudge, Candy, and Gifts in Oliver Springs, a division of Country Fresh Foods.
Chiru has no choice. She and millions like her walk miles a day for dirty water. But together, we can end their walk by providing clean water close by. Instead of spending hours walking to get water that makes them sick, Girls can be in a classroom, and moms will gain back time to care for their families. Sons and daughters can grow up strong, finally free of sicknesses. It's true. When you just add water, you change a life. Learn more at worldvin.org.
Hey folks, I'm here at Tim's Tires, and I want, just looking, there's all kinds of tires behind me, but this right here is kind of more for the vehicles. So, as you can see, they've got every size shape that you're looking for, and don't get caught with bad weather. Come on by down here at Tim's Tires and let them make you a deal on a set of tires there. Because they do have them. If they don't have, they will get them for you. And you truckers know that they've got the truck tires too. So Tim's Tires right here coming into Harriman. Make sure you check them out there if you need that set of tires. Hey folks, we're here at Corner Lot Trading and Rockwood Iron and Metals, all on the same place here. So we're going to take a little peek at what Gary's got in here that you'd be interested in. Okay folks, there's some of the landscaping stone that he's got, and over behind that we got a pile of masonry sand and some looks like driveway stone in that pile, and see the cross ties over behind that, and there's some of the vehicles he's bought. So we're looking at all that. There's the ties and the vehicles and that kind of thing. Then over there you see the pile of black mulch. So got that here on site already, and I saw a pile of topsoil over there also. So remember, that's the kind of stuff he's got here, and as soon as he gets his scales in and gets them set up, why, he'll be taking scrap, and he is taking some scrap already. As you can see, that bin right there is full of some small scrap and that kind of thing, and so remember, that's Rockwood Iron and Metals and Corner Lot Trading down here on the south end of Rockwood, and appreciate y'all, giving Gary your business, and I'm sure he'd appreciate it. So remember that. Thank you, folks. Hey folks, I'm here at East Tennessee Tent and Detailing down here in Harriman, and as you can see, the workers are wrapped up, tied up, wiping and cleaning and all that kind of stuff. So you already saw the front of the building and the sign, and we're going to go inside here and talk to a couple of customers and see what they think about service. Okay folks, I'm inside and I've run into Miss Sexton here from out in Morgan County. Miss Sexton, what do you think about the East Tennessee Tent and Detailing shop?
Well, this is my first time here, and so far I'm really pleased with the way they're cleaning my van, and can actually see the color of it now. So.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Well, would you recommend this place to your friends?
Absolutely.
All right, that sounds good. Well, thank you a lot for letting us know what you think of the business, and hope to see you again, and appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, folks, it's Saturday morning, April the 1st. We're in the high school fishing tournament. Got Colt and Wesley up here fishing, and I'm the boat captain, and I'm sitting back here learning. So remember my sponsors, can't thank them enough for shared treasures when we come back to you for the end of the show. Okay, you'll go just run that on through till you get to the shared treasures, I made a new film with them yesterday, and then I got Reynolds Racing today. So, and I think we like that's the two we like. If you'll run that tournament schedule off of there, that was Wesley and them last week, then go to them two, we'll close out the show with them. All righty. Good deal. Wes, communicate with Dylan there in case he didn't get what I was saying. Mike, we were talking about what now?
I was talking about them Florida stream bass.
Yeah.
They kind of like that shallow water all the time, 'cause that's what
they used to. It's in their genes, buddy. Heck yeah. You know, shoot. I agree with you. It's there's no doubt about it. For sure. The bait's easier caught in that shallow water, Mike.
It is, but,
shucks, they're food.
The minnows will go deep. No doubt about that and stuff. But fish like that is used to having vegetation like the milfoil and stuff around, the lily pads, comes out there. And, when you look up the lake and all you can see is just solid vegetation,
You wonder where you're going. That's
which where do I flip, where do I throw?
Yeah.
There's so much of it.
You expect the fish to be on under every lily pad. That's why that only trip I've ever made to Florida, we was going to stay a week and wound up back home in 2.5 days.
Yeah.
Drove all night to get back home because I was so disappointed. The lake was up high in the pasture fields. The snakes laying everywhere. The high water had them run out of their habitat, and they was laying on anything floating out in the lake. They was laying up on top of it, and we caught some fish. We caught a few fish, but I said, man, I'm going back to Tennessee. I said, I'm trying to tournament fish and be down here in Florida.
Well, I've been down there a few trips, and at times I've been down there under the drought conditions when the lakes was almost dry. Some of them we tried to put in, you couldn't even deep enough to put in. And we've been down there when it's kind of overfull and caught fish both times. But we've had some good trips, and we've had some that wasn't so good, But,
buddy, that's why I like it here, Mike. Always.
The main thing it is the weather's nice.
Yeah.
When you leave here and it's below zero and you get down there, 60, 70 degrees, it feels pretty good. But I think the last trip we made down there, we was plumb down to Sebring in 31 degrees that morning.
Yeah, you can have Florida, Mike. Let's talk about Tennessee right here. We got some tournaments going on, folks. The Blue Ridge Bassmasters will be at Watts Bar, Caney Creek on April the 22nd. Don't want to forget that, and I'm sure that's a safe flight till whenever. And then you got White Pine Marine. They're going to be April the 29th, a couple of weeks away. They'll be at Cherokee Lake and at the dam. So want to remember that. And I talked to a guy today. He had a good bag of smallmouth on Cherokee there this week. Yep. And so can't forget that. Then you got Heartland Division 17. Let's see. That's at Rockwood Ramp, and their next deal is April the 29th. They're down there April the 29th at Rockwood, about 2 weeks away. So keep that in mind. Then you got the Fishers of Men. On the 22nd of April, they'll be at Cherokee at the dam. That's Fishers of Men schedule, April the 22nd, Cherokee at the dam. Good deal there. Then you got the Tennessee Team Trail. Their next tournament is
April 1st.
April the 1st. That's done past. April the 15th.
April 15th.
That's right. It's this weekend at Cherokee. Sure is. This weekend at Cherokee. I mean, yeah. They had that was the other week they had the tournament on. 2 weeks ago they was on Loudon. April the 15th they'll be at Cherokee. I don't know where they're putting in at. You have to get online to find that out. I don't know if they're putting it at the dam or up at the bridge. So but they definitely going to be on Cherokee this coming Saturday. And then you got the Phoenix Volunteer Bass Trail. Their next tournament is April the 22nd on Fort Loudon at the canal. Okie-dokie. And that'll be coming up a week from tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're moving right along. We're into the, let's see. Okay, here we are at the St. Jude's. Now, the Tim Irwin tournament, Mike, I haven't seen, I don't know what I done happen. I think it may be around the 1st of May, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know what we done with our flyer, but now I know it's before the St. Jude's tournament on Watts Bar.
Mm-hmm.
So that's coming up. We'll get some info. Let me make a note of that. We're going to get some info on that right quick here before the next show, okay?
Yeah.
Make a note of that.
Go online and it's probably show it.
Yeah, info. I don't know what I've done with that. I had 2 or 3 that I think I give them to somebody.
Well, yeah.
Okay. Anyway, we'll get some information on the Tim Irwin tournament. That's always a big one in this area, along with the Bill Williams and several others. And then we've got the St. Jude's that's becoming a household name here in our area right there in Kingston. Now listen, we're going to cut the show off. Before I do, I got a couple of things I want to run by you. Reynolds, I've got some film here in a minute. We're going to show it on Reynolds Racing and Marine. They're moving. They've got a building over at Chuck's. I believe it's 206 Ray Street, right there in the old. It's the old Rockinell Reynolds building, Mike.
Across from Mama Mia's Pizza.
Yeah, across from Mama Mia's Pizza Place, and the steakhouse is on the left side of the building, looking at the building there. And Glenn's got that building rented, leased, or whatever, and it's got some side-by-sides. He had 3-4 boats in there this afternoon. Had people over there looking at those already, but they've got a lot of work to do. They got, want to fix that place up. It's a satellite place, and he's going to have several of the side-by-sides and the boats in there. And he's got some Bullets and Phoenixes that's coming in, and they're going in there. So you'll be able to look at them rain or shine. And if it pays out for him, and I understand that, if it works out well, he'll put somebody over there to be there every day. But as of right now, there's a sign on the door. You call his place there in Harriman, and he'll come over there and let you, go in and look at things, rain or shine. You're in the cool building, but they're working on getting the thing fixed up and getting it full of boats and side-by-sides, Mike.
Yeah, he just be 5 minutes away. So.
Yeah, come out to Roottown Road there and come up 70 right there. Hey, I'd figure 15 minutes, he'd be there. And but he can schedule you an appointment and make it convenient for you, and be glad to let you go in and look. But like I said, they're just getting moved in and that kind of thing. And the weather's nice. East Tennessee Tent and Detailing. Don't forget those fine folks down there. Get your vehicle shined up for the weekend, cleaned up on the inside, outside, tires, whatever you want to do. They'll even pressure wash underneath, Mike, if you want that done.
Oh, yeah.
They got the racks there to do it with, raise you up there and wash that thing. Yeah, I know. And which we were lucky this year. We never had a lot of brine put on the road.
Yeah, that's right.
But that's a very possibility. So anyway, that's pretty much what we're got going on. I apologize for not having snow fishing film, and hopefully Mike can get, if nothing else, Mike get you some redworms and catch some bluegill.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, you know what I mean.
I know what you mean.
Yeah. Okay. Dylan, go ahead and play those 2 advertisements on my camera, if you would, please. And we'll see where we're at when that's done.
Hi,
I'm Melissa Disney here at Shared Treasures in Oliver Springs. I am the owner of Shared Treasures. My son, Jared Disney, runs it during the day. Our hours are from 11 to 5, Tuesdays through Saturdays. I would like to invite each and every one of you down because we have lots of deals on several antiques. We also have thrifts. Our spring special right now is 20 to 30% off on the weekends. So come down, see what maybe your grandmothers had when you were little. If you've broken a dish and need to replace one, or, you know, Victorian, French. We just have a variety of stuff. So come down and see us. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Lisa. All right. Hey, folks, I'm here in Kingston, and this is the thing I was talking about the other night on the show with Reynolds Racing Marine. Glenn's got this as a satellite storehouse. You know, it's enclosed, and he's got some side-by-sides in there. He's got 3 or 4 boats in there and bringing over some more. And so, you know what? I don't even know what the address is here, but I'm going to find out for you. Just stand by just a second. We'll get this address down here. I want to show you this other banner we got up right here. Reynolds Racing Marine, got the phone number. Allison, Bullet, Phoenix Express, Miranda, Well-Built, Mercury, Honda, Yamaha, Lowrance, Motor Guide, Klotz Oil, and the Otis S and SS side-by-sides. You know, man, this just right here is, and there's Glenn's address over in Harriman. But anyway, we're going to get this little sign here in the door and get you a look at that. And it says this is a satellite operation of Reynolds Racing and Marine and Motorsports. And call 882-9623 for info. All righty. We're going to go in here and get a shot inside. All right, folks. Glenn's back there with a couple of customers, and so we're not going to interrupt that, but I just wanted to let you know what the plan was for this. And they were going to be working on it, fixing it up, getting it loaded up with the boats and the side-by-sides so you can come view them. And all it takes is a phone call and just say, hey, I'm on my way, or I'm over here, and they can be here in about 10 or 12 minutes. So, if it works out good, Glenn said he would put someone over here. So there we go. There's some side-by-sides, and like I said, they're straightening things up. I'm down here early. They're here, but they're really not moved in like they want to be. So remember that. Drop by, give them a call, and check on things here at the satellite shop or store, and then naturally the place over in Harriman. So thanks a lot to Reynolds Racing Marine being a sponsor, and we're going to be showing this on the show. All right, folks, the address here at the satellite building is 620 Ray Street. So stop by, give them a shout, and let them know they're going to be working here, getting this thing shaped up, getting some more boats and side-by-sides in here. But in the meantime, give them a call over there at the shop there in Harriman. They'd be more than glad to meet you here and let you look at anything they've got. And remember that, Reynolds Racing and Marine, 620 Ray Street, Kingston. Okay, folks, I hope we're not out of time. I hope the clock's wrong. God bless you all. Hope you have a great, safe Easter weekend. I hope to see you next week.